How often during gameplay does the game just come to a complete halt? You're sitting there, you're waiting for your players to decide what to do. You don't know what to do. Today, I'm going to provide you a remedy to keep that game moving forward. Stay tuned. Hey, welcome to RPG Boons, where we talk about everything RPG and how everything is RP. We're going to talk to you about one of the components of my 2 pillars of RPG success, and it's going to be a tip on how to move your game forward when it comes to complete standstill. Now, I think we've all been there. We come to the game table, we've prepped as much as we can, and we actually set up a bunch of clues for our players. And then we get to a certain point in the game where you're asking them, well, what do you want to do? And there's a lot of time just spent talking back and forth. Nobody really knows what to do.
Well, we're waiting.
Maybe they've already failed a bunch of checks up to that point and can't really determine what else to do during the game. You know, I don't care what people tell you. You are the storyteller. And on top of that, you are the director. I've seen some videos that say you're not the director, you are. And you're the storyteller. You know, the OG of RPG fantasy storytelling, Tolkien, was probably writing his stories and then got to certain situations where you might consider it a writer's block. If you take a look at Tolkien's work, you can see there's years and gaps where he was not able to complete a lot of his stories. I always wonder, if Tolkien had Dungeons and Dragons, would he be able to move those stories forward and we would have had a much bigger and more epic series of books from him? But the problem was there was no Dungeons and Dragons at that time. So he had no way to moving those stories forward. What I'm going to show you right now is some group ability checks that I do to keep my story moving forward during my game. Because remember, the Dungeon Master or the Game Master is a player too. And we also want to get that story told because we have no idea how long that group's going to last. First, let's talk about perception checks. Instead of having that one player make the one perception check that's needed to drive the story forward, to notice something that's very important in the game, just have the entire group make a perception check. Now, everybody makes a perception check, and based on what you're trying to do, you can actually move the story forward. In this case, I put down that perhaps there's somebody that's staring at the group suspiciously. Maybe there's an incoming squad that's going to potentially attack them or capture them, or they witness someone being kidnapped. Again, this is just in a group ability check, and to move the story forward, you pick the one player that rolled the highest. It doesn't matter if they're the most proficient, you just want to get the story moving forward. In addition, you can do a dexterity check. You know, this is a little on the cruel side, but if you're getting a little annoyed with your table, never show your emotion. But if you are, maybe make everybody make a dexterity check. Dodge a collapsing wall. You're going to dodge a monster attacking or some soldiers attacking, or you're going to dodge a runaway carriage. And of course, those things, the collapsing wall, the monster attacking, the soldier attacking, the runaway carriage, all have something to do with the story and moving the plot forward. Now, another thing I like to do is make intelligence checks. Now, this really helps the players that are not proficient in some type of intelligence skill or have high ability scores or high ability bonuses and intelligence scores, really helps them come to the front line of the story. And basically what you do is just say, everybody make an intelligence check, and the one person that rolls the highest gets to notice the book in the room that's just a little bit out of place or happens to recognize a symbol. Now, depending if it's a barbarian or a cleric or a monk, you can say the symbol itself is somehow related to their class, and that is why they're able to identify it.
What is it?
Figure 8.
Incredible.
Now, another thing I like to do, which might seem a little bit on the dark side, but again, this is just about moving the story forward and actually creating a little bit of excitement in your game, is tell everybody, make a constitution check. Now, this is awesome because immediately everybody freaks out a little bit. It gets them worked up. And then you can either make them resist a sleeping gas. All of a sudden, a plume of gas starts coming into the room.
Are we going up or down? Feels like down.
Perhaps there was a poison gas that was thrown, or poison bomb that was thrown at the players. Again, just save against that. Or the room or elevator begins to flood.
What the hell?
You think they let us walk in and out like the wind? Yes, I thought that was your whole damn point.
And then they have to actually either hold their breath, use some strength ability checks. Again, everybody can make a strength check. and it's the one person who's able to find the panel in the elevator, the one panel in the room that pulls it off, pulls it open, and we're able to find an exit out of that room. Again, it's just about moving that story forward and keeping all the players engaged and making every player matter. And that's it, everybody. I just wanted to show you how you can make group ability checks really move that story forward. I'm basing it off of my 2 pillars of RPG success, which I think I'll do a few videos here and there just addressing every single one and showing these types of examples. My name is Don Franco 3. This is RPG Boons, where we talk about everything RPG and how everything is RP. If you like the cut of my gibberish, please hit the subscribe button, leave a comment. I'll get back to you. See you next time. There it goes.